matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
And let's check Miami's starting lineup. They've got Alec Burks. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Young. Shot clock at 2. Three-pointer off the mark.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Hero for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
So fun when you make the right read on the break. And Hero did so there.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
And a deep 3 from Young. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a three-point game. And Brent, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
Now here's Burks. They set the pick. Pass to Adebayo. Six to shoot. Misses the 3. Atlanta's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Here's Daniels. From deep. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Burks for 3. Okongwu with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Daniels. On target from range.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Levert's checked in for Atlanta. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Daniels. Beyond the arc. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
There's the triple. Hero, no good. Off trail by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. No good on the 3. The Hawks have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Miami leading by 3. And there's 1:38 left in the first quarter here. In transition. Daniels misses. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, BA? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare, just think when he gets his confidence. And the defense knows that Hero can get that jumper working from just about anywhere.
Pass to Daniels. This one for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Outside Burks. Hero with it. No one near him. Back to Burks. Now Hero. The 3 ball. Knocks it down from distance. Hero's got 8.
And that's what Hero can provide, points from distance. I don't know if you want them coming from that far away, but that's 3.
And that one's good. Young.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Now here's Okongwu. Still no points. Pass to LeVert. Okongwu, a screen on Burks. The shot by LeVert, no good. Deflects the pass. Outside Johnson. LeVert outside. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Heat up 5. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Kyle Anderson. He's out there with Duncan Robinson. Tyler Hero is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Larson in at shooting guard. Niang, that's good.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Here's Risacher. No made baskets yet. Lets it go from deep. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, that's what Risacher is out here to do. He is first and foremost a three-point shooter. A good one at that.
Hero, the pass to Love. Robinson for 3. Hits the trifecta. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And the Hawks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in. Highsmith, he's checked in for Miami. Jaquez comes in for Hero. Outside for LeVert. Back to man. Just 5 on the clock. From the corner. Basket's good. Man's got his first points of the game. Miami leading by 3. For 3, Robinson. It's not going to go for him. For Atlanta, they've gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Man, the pass to Capella. And here's LeVert for 3. Drains the triple. LeVert's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, Capella at that size really has no issues spotting the open man.
Back to Jaquez. Puts up a 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Here's man. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Miami has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Love with the ball, and it's Niang picking him up. No good from outside. Hawks trail by 3. Niang a screen. To the paint. Outside man. Pass to Buffkin. Fires from deep. Larson with a rebound. Miami's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Robinson on the wing. From the arc. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Larson, no good. And here's Capella. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 3. Man with it. And that's Love picking him up defensively. And here's LeVert for three. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Love against Capella. Back to Love. Pass to Larson. Outside Robinson. Here's Larson. The three. Gets the three ball to go. And the Heat lead by 3.
Love Duncan just taking the opportunity to create for a teammate.
And there's a pick. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Johnson comes in for Mann. Daniels is checked in for LeVert. And it's Young in for Bufkin. Young misses.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Ware. Adebayo from long range. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here goes Trey. Here's Daniels. And a miss there on the triple. Miami leading by 3. Wiggins outside. Hero for 3. The rebound by the Hawks. First half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Heat out in front. They lead by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And the Heat shooting at 45% of the game so far. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the pivot spot, adding the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Now here's Wiggins. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. The Hawks lead by 3. Stolen by Hero. Fast break Miami. Okongwu against Adebayo. And there's a 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Picked up by Okongwu. There's Young with the 3. Pass to Johnson. Young looking around. Johnson a screen on Hero. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Young. From deep. Knocks it loose. Heat trail by 3. Here's Ware. Guarded by Young. Here's Daniels. 6 points for him. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it. Hero finds Adebayo. Here's Ware. It's Wiggins on the wing. There's a screen. The 3 is up. That one is cash from Wiggins.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency, bro.
Well, Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. I hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable. And That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
For the lead. And that one's good. Burks for 3. Burks has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. On the wing, Daniels. Defended by Burks. Young against Hero. Pass to Rizashea. Young with a screen on Wiggins. The 3 from Rizashea. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Wiggins for 3. Oh, from deep, Andrew Wiggins.
And now the defense is going to have their concentration on Andrew Wiggins. That's deep.
Daniels passes to Young. Back to Daniels. To end the run. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Wiggins outside. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
The 3 from Rizashea connects from downtown. Rizashea's got 9 points.
I love how competitive this kid Rizashea is, coming right back with his own triple.
Hero against Young. Outside Burks. Rebound, Trae Young. Hawks trail by 6. Here's Rizashea. 9 points in the game. Knocks down the triple.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
Young against Hero. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. For the tie. Unable to get that one. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Heat out in front. Up 3. After a quick... And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. Setting the floor for the Heat. They've got Terry Rozier. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5, down low. Man misses. Heat leading by 6. Outside Burks. They set the screen. Pass to Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads. The rebound by Atlanta.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Rozier with it. And it's Niang picking him up. And he lobs it up to the rim. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. Now here's Mann. And Atlanta misses again.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
And it's Adebayo off the drive. Fires the 3. Knocks down the long J. Adebayo's got 6 here in the quarter.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making 3s. Wow.
And it's Krejci missing. And it's Rozier with the ball for the Miami Heat. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. The 3 is up. The shot won't fall. Hawks trail by 9. On the wing man, defended by Burks. And here's LeVert for 3. Atlanta again missing. The Heat have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. On the wing, Rozier. There's the three. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Rozier's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Has to Ware. Fires for 3. The rebound by Krejci. Time running out for the Hawks. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Niang, no good. And it's Miami's ball. Right now on a 9-0 run. Wiggins outside, and it's going to be a 3-second call. And it's a completely new group for the Hawks. Jaquez is checked in for Miami. Robinson comes in for Burks. And the Hawks shooting a low 30% from the floor. Well, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Daniels. No good on the triple. Heat leading by 12. Rozier, the pass to Robinson. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Ricochet, no good. The Heat have gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in, struggling this fourth quarter.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Heat.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Grant. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And B.A., can you say big time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well deserving of this win.
And one of the league's superstars, producing as he always does. What a terrific game for Bam Adebayo.
Terrific initiative. Not content to let the game come to him, he went out and made it his own.
And it's a completely new group for the Hawks.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Off target from 3-point range. Miami with the ball. They're on a 14-3 run. Pass to Jaquez. Launches it. The rebound by Atlanta. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. It ends up being a fairly easy.
of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And now Washington's starting group. We've got George. Jordan Poole is out there with Coulibaly. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Sarr in at the 5 down low. It's Young on the wing. Kicks it out to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. From past the arc. That shot no good. And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Johnson. And it's the Hawks ball. Daniels from outside. The offensive rebound. Here's Ricochet, defended by Middleton. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Coulibaly. 6'8", with a 7'2" arm span.
Kev, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
For Washington, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Good on the three-point shot. Sarr's got his team on the board to start the game for the Wizards.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
In the corner, Middleton with it. Fires from deep. Okongwu grabs the board. In the corner, Daniels. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And I love seeing Middleton rise up there with confidence, knocking it down for that corner three.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
On the wing, Coulibaly. Back to George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Okongwu with the screen for Young. Sinks the three-pointer.
You're smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
Pass to Coulibaly. Sarr with it. The Wizards with another miss. Here is Daniels. Guarded by Poole. Another three for Atlanta.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Young's shot is off. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Pass to Coulibaly. Three-pointer. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Daniels from outside. It's good from long range. Daniels has got 9.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Fires for three. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Young from outside. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Atlanta. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Hawks?
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then there's Reza Shea. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Reza Shea sets the screen for LeVert. Here's Niang. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Niang's got the lead up to 3 now for Atlanta. Pass to Carrington. Smart against LeVert. Smart misses. Atlanta leading by 3. Man with it. Holmes covering. Here's Reza Shea. Capella kicks to Niang. Capella with a screen on George. Here's Reza Shea. Off target with his 3.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate. Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Capella sets a screen for Reza Shea. Wizards have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And again, Washington with the triple.
Well, I absolutely love that pass from Marcus Smart. Almost like a sixth sense relative to where his teammate was.
Wizards leading by 3. We know, Doris, at one point, the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Well, though he's not known as a prolific three-point shooter, Marcus Smart takes his time, delivers. That's a big-time shot.
Shot to stop the run. Rebounded by Holmes. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. George sets a screen for Smart. And a miss there on the triple.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Niang passes to Mann. Fades back. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
When the defense totally lost track of him, he punishes them with a three-pointer. That's a bad decision. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And the Hawks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in. And then for Washington, Champagne's checked in. Bays subbed in for George. Pass to Kispert. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. The Hawks trail by 3. And here's Young from the arc. The Hawks again can't hit. Middleton on the wing. He has 6. From the wing. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Middleton's got 8 points. Young, right side. Daniel from outside. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And then so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Ricochet with the steal. Pass to Young. From the arc. Okongwu kicks to Young. Here's Johnson. There's the three. Nailed from three-point land. And the Hawks lead by 1.
You know, such a selfless player. I love how Young stays consistent in how he involves his teammates. And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Young against Poole. Here's Koulibaly. And it's off from three-point range. Young for three. That one, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Wizards lead by 2. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Sadiq Bey is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Poole in at the 1. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Johnson, the pass to Daniels. The kick out to Young. From deep. Bangs home the trifecta. 6 points for Trae Young.
And most of the time, you expect Young's three ball to fall. That's just how good he is.
Here's Sarr, covered by Okongwu. He was all alone on that one. Poole's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. And you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Okongwu, his 3-pointers off the mark. The Wizards with the lead. Here's Koulibaly. From outside, off the mark. Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Johnson. So for the Wizards, Gill is checked in for Sarr. Johnson comes in for Koulibaly. And Brogdon subbed in for Jordan Poole. Here's Johnson. Out to the wing. Bey finds Johnson. This one for 3. And again, Washington no good. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 1-point game. Okongwu with a screen on Brogdon. Atlanta again missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Ricochet with it. He has 6. Lock at 6. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Lets it go with the 3. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Locked in the pass to Gill. There's a screen. Here's the three. Hands it from downtown. And the Wizards lead by 1.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
The shot by Brogdon, wide open. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like you did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. George Niang comes in for Rizacher. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Dyson Daniel. Niang, no good. Wizards have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Johnson finds Niang. And it's off from three-point range. The Wizards shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Pass to Poole. And he's good on the three ball. Poole's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Wizards. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. Now Niang. He's defended by Bay. Latrey. Rebounded by the Wizards. Champagne's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Pass to Niang. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. Niang's got 6. Wizards leading by 3.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
It's up a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Young with the steal. At the end of the third, the score is all even. Both teams absolutely filling it up. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Clint Capella. Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Screen by Niang. Shot clock at 6. LeVert from outside. Rebound by the Wizards.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And here's Kispert from the arc. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Now, Mann. Pass to LeVert. Mann in the corner. To take the lead. Rebounded by Smart. Washington's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Brogdon kicks to Kispert. Off target with his 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Mann finds Capella. Screen by Capella. Here's Niang. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Niang's got the lead up to 3 now for the Hawks.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And the Wizards making a change here. Koulibaly's checked in. Pass to Rizichet. Okongwu with a screen on Middleton. Rizichet wide open. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Outside for George. No good from outside. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. That's good from Young.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
Brogdon, he's checked in for the Wizards. Johnson sets the screen for Young. Here's Okongwu. That three off the mark. Wizards trail by 5. Middleton left side. Middleton is doubled. Nice ball movement by Washington. Brogdon outside. It's Brogdon on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Poise and confidence. Malcolm Brogdon with the big bucket.
Young dishes to Daniels. From downtown, the Hawks again can't hit. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for Washington. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Back to Koulibaly. Pass to Brogdon. Sarr sets the screen for Brogdon. Rebound by the Hawks.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Took him no time at all on that one. And 11 points for Trae Young.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. And it's Rizichet with the rebound.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Daniels, no good. Wizards trail by 5. Koulibaly finds Brogdon. Outside for George. The three. It falls. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Young inside. He's guarded by Brogdon. Back to Young. Out to the right wing. Takes the three. Johnson. Yes!
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Outside for George. Pass to Brogdon. Middleton, a screen on Young. The shot by Brogdon, no good. There's the triple. They get it again. The kick out to Young. They shoot again. Okongwu. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. Thank you, David. Thank you.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. A look at the opening lineup for Washington. We've got Bilal Coulibaly, Sarr out there with George. Then there's Marcus Smart, and it's Middleton in at the 3. Smart for 3. He buries it from 3.
Yeah, Smart has such great body control. He can let the jumper go from wherever he wants.
Well, Coach, the Heat have had some deep playoff runs recently, making the finals twice in 5 years.
Yeah, Brian, and what's really interesting is that they've only been higher than a 5 seed once in that span. They just hit a different gear in the playoffs.
4-3, and it's Smart missing. Burks against Middleton to the inside. Has to Ware. Here's the 3. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. From deep, Sarr. Rebound Miami. Burks for 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Coulibaly on the wing from downtown. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Hero. Outside Burks. Jacks up a 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
There's a screen. Outside Coulibaly. Kicks it out to Smart. Pass to Sarr. 3 on the clock. For 3. The rebound by Wiggins. For Miami, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Adebayo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Washington's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Smart for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Smart's got 6.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to Sarr. Middleton outside. Smart against Wiggins. Pulls up. And it's Smart missing.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Now here's Adebayo. Guarded closely. Hero against Smart. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Wizards. From outside the arc. Smart with another miss. Heat trail by 3. And they're pushing it up. Back to Burks. Pass to Ware. Hero outside. It's stolen by Smart. That's tipped. To the middle. Kicks it to Hero. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Middleton outside. Takes a 3. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Wiggins against Smart. Kicks it to George. Let's go with a 3. And the Wizards with another 3.
And Smart has always been a good passer, but in recent years, he's really honed in on his playmaking abilities.
Here's Burks. Deflected. And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Miami making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Kispert's checked in for Washington. Tries the spin move. Lets the 3 fly. Washington again can't hit. Heat trail by 9. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Robinson, and the layup is good.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
Now here's Smart. 6 points for him. Pass to Kispert. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock at 6. And stolen by Adebayo. Over Kispert. Adebayo, that's good.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's what. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
Andrew Wiggins is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Highsmith in at the 1. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And here's Kispert from the arc. Rebound by the Heat.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
Here's Highsmith. Three-pointer. He drops it from range. Highsmith's got 6 points.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Carrington, no good. For Miami, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Pass to Love. Wiggins against Poole. Back to Love. Here's Highsmith. Clock at 4 to the inside. Fires the 3. Oh, and he can't make that one. 2 for 3 now. His first miss. Kispert with the ball. Now Wiggins defending from behind the arc. The offensive rebound. Pass to Carrington. Second shot opportunity. Jump shot is good. Carrington's got his first basket. Heat trail by 4. Outside Jaquez. The 3. Washington with a rebound. Holmes has got his 4th rebound in this one. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Washington shooting their first free throw of the game here. And Stan, they always say for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
And again, Washington with a triple.
The all-around game of Brogdon. I mean, he's all for doing what's best for the team. A selfless passer.
Three-pointer Rozier. And Holmes pulls it down. Holmes has got his 5th rebound in this one. 4-3. Pass to Carrington. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Heat. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Jaquez. On the attack, Rozier. For 3, Robinson fires in the triple. Robinson's got 5.
Keeping his head up and staying patient. This is what you love to see from Rozier as a playmaker.
Pass to Carrington. And there's the screen. There's the 3. Love grabs the miss. Heat trail by 6. Outside Robinson. Rozier with it. And Miami again with the bucket.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
George, a screen on Robinson. Here's Carrington. Nails it from 3. 11 points in the game.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, stretching the floor is no problem for Love. He's got impressive accuracy.
George, a screen on Robinson. Carrington. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Now here's Jaquez. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Right side, Brogdon. George outside. And there's the whistle. That'll go on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. Smart finds Middleton. Off the mark there with a 3. On the wing, Burks. That'll count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Washington closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been very effective from the 3-point line. That's the key for them so far. We'll be back in a moment. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Heat trail by 7. And Grant, the Heat, last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Checking out the group for Brian Keefe to start the second half. We've got Marcus Smart, George out there with Sarr. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Coulibaly in a 2-guard. Now here's Adebayo. And he can't get that one. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Coulibaly. Coulibaly's got 6.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
And so the ball out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Hero for 3. Sinks the tray. Hero's got his first 3 points of the game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now here's George. Kicks it out to Smart. 5 to shoot. From behind the arc. And the Wizards with another 3.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Pass to Wiggins. And there's a pick. Here's Ware. Tries yet again. It's rebounded by George. Wizards leading by 10. Here's Smart. Pounded by Adebayo. George outside. Here's Coulibaly. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Here's Ware. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
The deep 3 from Hero. The long distance 3 is buried. Hero's got 6.
Talk about the range. I mean, he's got amazing feel from that distance. Woo.
Smart for 3. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Wiggins. Now Adebayo. Tries it from 16. That one drops for him.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
Here's Smart. George outside. Here's Sarr. Pass to Middleton. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Here's Coulibaly. No good with the triple. Heat trail by 11. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Hero outside. A minute 39 left to play in the third quarter. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. Pass to Hero. Over Smart, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. And Washington making a change here. A minute 29 left in the third quarter. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Wizards leading by 11. Takes the three. Carrington, no good. Here's Ware. Yet to see a basket. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits.
The defender simply couldn't keep up with his speed, so he cruised on in for the layup. That's such a beautiful move.
The three is up. Rebound Miami. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Hero for three. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Both teams will make substitutions. Out of bounds, it'll be Wizards ball.
Checking in for the Wizards, number 24, Corey.
41 seconds left in the third. Here's Carrington. He's got 14. Really left him alone that time. Carrington's got 17 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Washington leading by 12. Pass to Kispert. Fires the three. And again, it's Washington with a three.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And the three-pointer goes. 9 points in the game.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
And so it's Washington going into the break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
They've got Duncan Robinson. He's out there with Kyle Anderson. And it's Jovic in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Jovic's shot is off.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Washington with the ball. Here's Carrington. Offline with a three. Robinson with it. Now guarded by Bay. Pass to Hero. From outside the arc. And again, no good by Miami. Washington leading by 15. Here's Carrington. And the three off target.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Wizards. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
A legitimate threat beyond the arc. Brogdon's sense for when to shoot from there is outstanding.
Robinson gets the bucket.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound and the putback. Carrington's got 19 points.
Great anticipation off the missed shot.
Oh, his timing was impeccable.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Burks, he's checked in for Miami. Highsmith comes in for Hero. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Middleton's checked in. Pass to Champagny. Lets the three fly. The rebound by Burks. Heat trail by 14. Here's Highsmith. Robinson with it. Middleton covering. Off target with the three. The Wizards have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Launches it. Novic's shot is off. Washington leading by 14. Here's Carrington. Bay with a screen on Burks. Pass to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Down low. It's intercepted. Robinson for 3. Here's Jovic. A minute 53 left to play in the fourth. Here's Highsmith. And Bay pulls it down. They absolutely want to add to what's already a big lead.
No question, BA. No reason to let up. Just keep playing your game. Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Wizards.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the two benches was a deciding factor in this game.
Pass to Poole. From downtown, drops in the 3. Poole's got 6 points in the quarter.
Safe to say, the outcome is no longer in question.
Yeah, look, sometimes you just break your opponent's spirit, and I think this has been one of those times.
And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Smart. Spins. Pass to George. From the arc. Doesn't go for him. Tipped. And here we go. The Heat fast break. And Washington with possession. Here's Smart. Now here's Middleton. Smart finds Middleton. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And it's Washington with the ball. They lead by 14. The drive by Smart. And he goes in for the dunk.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
From deep, Sarr. Off target with the shot. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Boy, a nice win on the road.
think in this one? What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Rizachet in at the 3, the small forward. Johnson with a screen on Burks. Daniels, no good. And here are the Heat now. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Eric Spoelstra.
Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. A wide open look here for Okongwu. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Ware. Rizachet with the steal. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Young inside. Here's Johnson. Pass to Daniels. Now Young. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And good recognition there from Trae. It's part of his role. He's got to find open guys.
And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck in middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that.
Miami's on 0 of 2 from deep here. From deep, Adebayo buries the long-range jumper.
Man, bigs like Adebayo gotta drain shots to keep the defense honest. Nice to see him working on that part of the game. That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Hero kicks to Ware. And here's Adebayo outside. And again, Miami with the triple.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Burks with the steal. Adebayo against Johnson. Pass to Ware. Left side, Hero. The shot off that time.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Young with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. And Young kicks to Johnson. Pass to Daniel. Shoots. It's hauled in by the Heat. And a wide open look for Hero. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Hero's got 5 points so far. The Hawks trail by 5. Johnson sets the screen for Young. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Young knows his range to answer his opponent.
You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on project big men, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project. And certainly Miami was able to do that. And you have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
Now Daniels following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. Here's Adebayo. Pass to Ware. Back to Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen on LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Wiggins. For the 3. Okongwu grabs the board.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Three-pointer, Daniels gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here's Hero. Back to Adebayo. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Ware kicks to Burks. Fires the three. Here's Hero. Miami no good on that time either.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
At the end of one, a closely And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Terrence Mann. And it's Reza Shea in at the two-guard position. And Miami making a change here. Highsmith is checked in. Now here's LeVert. Hasn't made one yet. Two open that time. Made it look too easy.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Highsmith. Anderson wide open, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Yeah, Duncan not only moves himself, he moves the ball quite well.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Now here's Love. Here's Highsmith. Shoots over man. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And Miami making a change here. Rozier's checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Buffkin's checked in. Three-pointer, LeVert. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor it.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. What you got for us, GA?
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. A nice shot by LeVert.
And continuing to impress and taking on more responsibility. LeVert understanding when he should look to score.
Now, here's Rozier. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Capella. Atlanta leading by 5. Down low, here's Mann. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shoots the 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. He'd have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Robinson for 3. He can't get it to go. Hawks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. LeVert from outside. Drills it from outside. LeVert's got the lead up to 8 now for Atlanta. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game here.
Niang, no good. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Heat. Pass to Robinson. We've got 1:48 left here in the second. The kick out to Anderson. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Off target from outside. The Hawks leading by 5. LeVert from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Here's Anderson. He's covered by Niang. Outside Robinson. Love with the screen for Robinson. Pass to Highsmith. Outside for Robinson. Shoots over LeVert. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 5 points so far.
Love the timing as Robinson comes off footwork there to get the catch and get the shot up.
They grabbed their own miss. Capella, the pass to Krejci. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Kicks it out to Love. Rozier up top. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for the Heat. And the basket by Rozier.
And this is why Rozier's out there. He knows he has the trust of his teammates to take that shot.
Pass to Daniel. Back to Young. Now here's Johnson. Puts up a deep three. Love grabs the board. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rozier kicks to Robinson. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
12 seconds left in the first half. Young for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Young's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Karis LeVert has been on display for Atlanta. He went on an aerial 3-point disc. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the 3rd quarter underway.
Please represent the center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, guys, Karis LeVert getting it done today.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
We've got Hero. Wiggins is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the center filling out the middle. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And Brandon, the super team era is indeed coming to a close. The Miami Heat are one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
A catch-and-shoot specialist, Richache, thrives in that role.
Ware, no good. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Young, no good. Miami's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Hero from long range. The Hawks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker at the break.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Burks the pass to Hero. Wiggins a screen on Young. Hero from long range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Young with the basket on the assist by Johnson. And now a 7-point Atlanta lead. Pass to Hero to end the run. Craps in the tray. Hero's got 11 points.
And Hero early on in his career finds himself in these big-time moments.
And here's Young from the arc. Richache with it. It's stolen by Adebayo. In transition, here comes Miami. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Hero with it. He's picked up by Richache. And Adebayo throws it down.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there. Vertical, good hands, and the big throwdown.
Again, Young missing.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Miami's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That'll be his second foul of the game. Robinson's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And then for Atlanta, George Niang, he's checked in for Daniels. And it's LeVert in for Trae Young.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Hero finds Adebayo. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Shea in the corner. Johnson up top. LeVert in the corner. Screen by Niang. 5 to shoot. LeVert the pass to Niang. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Man comes in for Shea. The Heat trail by 5. And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. The long distance 3 is buried. Robinson's got 8.
Yeah, that's way back there as Duncan Robinson sets up solid.
Pass to LeVert. Niang with the ball. LeVert is screen on Anderson. Niang, that's good. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Jaquez with a wide open look. Hits it from 3-point range. Jaquez has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Capella kicks to LeVert. Stolen by Mitchell. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Mitchell's got his first points of the game. As we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
In the corner, it's Capella. Here's Niang. That will count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Miami ahead. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. And so in the game for the Hawks, we've got Terrence Mann. Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point guard position. Here's Larson. LeVert defending. There's Hero with the 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's LeVert on the wing. Takes a 3. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Back to Hero from past the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Capella sets a screen for LeVert. Launches a three. And it's Miami with the rebound. Hero passes to Jaquez. Intercepted. Now here's LeVert. Not a lot of room. Man gets the bucket. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around.
Connects from three-point range.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Krejci. Another three for Atlanta.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Jaquez. Miami with a new 14. They need this. And Jovic gets it to go. Jovic has got his first 3 points of the game.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Here's Mann. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The Heat trail by 8. There's Hero with the three. The rebound by Niang. Hawks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. There's the pick. LeVert. Pass to Niang. 6 to shoot. Capella with a screen on Hero. Niang, no good. Miami's on a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Jovic passes to Hero. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
LeVert with the wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. LeVert's got the lead up to 11 now for Atlanta.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Pass to Mann. Screen by Capella. Three-pointer. Mann gets the bucket.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
Yeah, the cool thing is that they look like they're having a blast out there. Everyone on the same page, contributions across the board.
Puts up a deep three. And it's Miami with the rebound. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. They came in. Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up for Brent.
teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the small forward position. Now here's Young. Out left to the wing. Let's go with a 3. They get it back. Pass to Daniels. Now Young. It's stolen. To the paint. It's picked off. Johnson against Poole. Here's Risache. Fires the 3. Rebound by Middleton. All right, let's kick it over to Allie, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brian Keefe.
I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Okongwu, a screen on Poole. Young from long range, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that. Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Okongwu. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Washington. Now Poole, guarded by Young. Off the mark there with a 3. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Here's Daniels. Drills it from deep.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul. And Washington making a change here. Kispert's checked in. Karis LeVert's checked in for Atlanta. And here's Kispert from the arc. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got his 5th rebound in this one. Johnson for 3. Rebound by Middleton. And here's Middleton. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. They trail by 6. And here's Kispert from the arc. Atlanta with a rebound. Okongwu's got his 6th rebound on the night. Inside. On the wing, Daniels. Coulibaly defending. Johnson for 3. LeVert outside. Pass to Daniels. They swipe it. And the Wizards on the break. Kispert with the ball. And Johnson picks him up defensively.
You know, probably could have gone strong to the hoop, but with the D out of position on the break, I like his decision to take the 3.
Doris, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
BA, I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
So both teams changing it up here. Pass to Carrington. Bay with it. He's checked by LeVert. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter of the game. The Hawks lead by 3. His man. And Atlanta misses again.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Three-pointer Kispert sinks it from distance. Kispert's got 6 points.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
LeVert goes against Poole. An open look, LeVert. Atlanta again missing.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Poole, the pass to Kispert. Up top, Holmes. Back to Kispert. Puts up a three. They grab their own miss. Now here's Capella, defended by Kispert. Johnson for three. Hits the trifecta.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Kispert on the wing. Pass to Carrington. The three ball. No good on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got George, also Sadiq Bey out there, and it's Champagnie at the center position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Now here's LeVert. Pass to Mann. Niang up top. Screen by Capella. 6 to shoot. And here's LeVert. Fades. And Bey pulls it down. Wizards trail by 3. George outside. Smart passes to George. Back to Smart. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Caris LeVert. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
Kispert's checked in for Bey. LeVert finds Capella. Capella, screen on Smart. Mann with it. Launches a 3. Sinks the tray. Mann's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Such a reliable threat from range. You think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in, they're working, they're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Wizards trail by 5. Smart with the ball. Now LeVert defending. Kispert outside. Three-pointer. He drops it from range. Kispert's got 9.
Oh, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
Now here's Capella. Niang with it. Still without a bucket. Three-pointer, no good. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Kispert. The rebound by Atlanta. Niang outside. LeVert outside. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Champagnie. The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Doris, one thing you can say about Caris LeVert, he knows how to seize an opportunity.
And the thing about it, BA, is it doesn't matter if that opportunity comes when he's being a starter or when he's coming off the bench. His mindset is, my skill set is score, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
And here's LeVert for 3. Niang outside. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Champagnie. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for Washington. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Kispert's shot is good.
Marcus Smart dishing it well in that instance. We know he is a special defensive player, but how about that pass?
LeVert, that's good.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Oh, the shot no good by Kispert.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Niang, the pass to man. Niang, a screen. From deep. Another three for Atlanta.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's George. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Champagny. Lets it go from deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. And the Wizards lead by 1.
And an excellent job distributing the ball tonight. You can really see his feel for the game.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Here's Capella. Lets it go from the wing. The shot by LeVert, no good.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Here's Carrington. Back to Kispert. Got it up. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Wizards out in front. They lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You look at Corey Kispert. What a contribution.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. Johnson for 3. Connects from downtown. Johnson's got 6.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Kicks it out to Middleton. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson with it. Poole picks him up. Johnson passes to Daniels. There's the screen by Johnson. For 3. Daniels misses. Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Poole from long range. Oh, using that sweet stroke. Poole connects from deep. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
The Wizards with a lead. Middleton, right side. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Intelligent play by Middleton. Now, he does what he can to ensure he gets fouled while in the act.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Up top, Young. Pass to Johnson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Young isn't just a scorer. He also takes pleasure in creating opportunities for others.
Now George. Poole outside. Fires from deep. Fires in the triple. Poole's gotten his second bucket of the game. Hawks trail by 5. So many ups and downs in his career, Doris. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum early on in his career. He goes down to the G League and then won a title all in the span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Risache, no good. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. And it's Washington with the ball, following the score by Atlanta. It's stolen. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
Hawks trail by 3. Niang a screen. Out to the wing. And here's a cog move for 3. Washington with a rebound. There's a minute 59 left to play in the third quarter here. Bay from long range. And another miss by Washington. For Atlanta, they've gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. It's stolen by Poole. Pass to George. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Rizachet. And for the Hawks, they're shooting just about 33% since this second half started. For the tie. To the right side. George with a steal. Here's Carrington, covered by Johnson. Poole left side. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Poole. Hawks trail by 3. Here's Nance. They set the screen. And he's going for the oop here. Pass to Krejci. Fires for 3. Knocks down the long J. Krejci's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Here's Carrington. Bay with it. There's the triple. Pure from 3-point range. Carrington's got 9 points.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Here's Brogdon. Pass to Carrington. The 3. Buries it from 3. 12 points for him. It could go. He can't hit that time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Wizards up by. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Wizards leading by 4. We've got Marcus Smart. He's out there with Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Bay in at power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And for Atlanta, they're shooting just 34% so far in this one. Niang a screen. Nance, the pass to Niang. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. So for Washington, Champagny. He's checked in for Gill. And it's Johnson in for Malcolm Brogdon. Here's Smart. Pass to Johnson. Back to Smart. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Niang with a rebound.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Atlanta making some changes here. Gay comes in for Niang, and it's Matthews in for Mann. Here's Matthews. Off target from 3-point range. Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Johnson for 3. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Smart's got 5 assists in the game.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Smart. Outside Johnson. There's the 3. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Well, I love that Marcus Smart sprinted into that shot opportunity. You've got to be prepared on the catch, and Marcus was ready.
Matthews, 3-pointer, knocks it down from distance.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected, or it's a problem.
Pass to Johnson. Bay with a screen. There's the triple. The shot by Johnson, no good. Hawks trail by 7. Right wing. Here's Gay. Hey, from beyond the arc. Rebound, Washington. Champagne's got 7 rebounds in the game. Smart for 3. And Smart nails the triple.
Well, though he's not known as a prolific three-point shooter, Marcus Smart takes his time, delivers. That's a big-time shot.
And stolen by Bay. And he lobs it up top. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Krejci. It's rebounded by Washington. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. To the inside.
Great teamwork and great timing.
Oh, spectacular play. Atlanta's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this 4th quarter. A nice shot by Krejci. Krejci's got 6 here in the quarter.
Don't you love how LeVert looks for his guys? Totally unselfish, does whatever it takes to get the win.
A new lineup here for Washington.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Poole from long range. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Young with a screen on George. Johnson with it. Poole picks him up. It's stolen by Poole. To the wing, right side. From the arc. And Sarr with the basket. On the assist by Poole. Sarr's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Wizards.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
It's George on the wing, covered by Johnson. Lays out. Pass to Coulibaly. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Hawks trail by 12.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Wizards.
They had to fight for this one. With the game hanging in the balance a couple of times, they've made winning plays, Grant.
It's all about having a strong mentality. What's interesting is that anytime momentum turned against them, instead of folding, they responded with their own attack.
And what a huge performance it was for Marcus Smart.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Sends it home from 3-point land.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Outside Johnson from outside the arc. The shot no good. Poole outside from about 19. Off the left rim and out. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. Even
Miami will get the first possession. So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Tyler Hero. Bam Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5 spot. Now Hero. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Adebayo. And he banks in the layup.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint. He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow them.
And Washington has possession. Following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Middleton for 3, drills the three-pointer.
Not a standout part of Sarr's game, but good work recognizing that opening in the defense and making the right read.
Now here's Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. Tries again. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Hero against Smart. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
Now Smart following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. No good with the triple. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
And how about the confidence of Wiggins? His teammates want him to take those shots.
And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Corey Kispert's checked in for George. Pass to Kispert. Fires the 3. And again, Washington no good. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Stolen by Middleton. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And Sarr throws it down.
It's almost too easy for the rookie. Sarr, he just pops up and finishes off that lob.
Hero from long range. Washington with the rebound. Smart with the ball. Picked up by Hero. Three-pointer. And Smart with the basket on the assist by Sarr.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now here's Adebayo. Defended by Kispert. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Launches it. Burks on the wing. A second chance effort. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Middleton can't get it to go.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Stand from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
We haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration.
Now Burks, after Marcus Smart missing on that last three-pointer. 3-on-3. Kispert wide open. He fires. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Adebayo, that's a 2-pointer. And Sarr pulls it down.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Loads it up for Adebayo. Tie game in Washington. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
We've got George. He's out there with Rashawn Holmes. Sadiq Bey is out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the 2 spot. That's the group start the second quarter for the Wizards. And it's Love missing. Washington leading now by 3. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction.
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's Carrington. The Wizards working the ball around now. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. In transition, here comes Miami. Here's Larson. And again, Miami with the triple. Wizards trail by 5. Poole with it. Guarded now by Anderson. Here's Carrington. The Wizards with another miss. The Heat have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Robinson for 3, and the Heat another 3.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Now here's Wiggins. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays, about how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Gill is checked in for the Wizards. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Poole. A shot by Brogdon, wide open. No good, unable to end this run.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Robinson against Brogdon. And it falls over the rim and in. Robinson's got the lead up to 10 now for Miami.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, have the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
And here is Robinson after Malcolm Brogdon hitting the 3. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Offline with his 3. Washington shooting for the game at 42%. Brogdon the pass to Gill. Brogdon outside. On the 3 off target. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Buries it from 3-point range.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Again, Brogdon missing. The Heat leading by 10. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Rozier for 3. Rebounded by Holmes. The Wizards shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Stolen by Robinson. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Holmes with the steal. Here's Carrington. Oh my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts the...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Here's Middleton. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Koulibaly. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Koulibaly's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Wizards. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And here are the Heat now. Ware passes to Wiggins. Outside, George. Here's Smart. And again, Washington with the triple.
Well, that's just poor transition defense. He's too good a shooter to leave open out there.
Hero from long range. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, George. And Middleton now atop the key. George with the screen on Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, Smart with it. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Works for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Sarr's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Koulibaly. For the lead. Kept alive. Wizards passing it around. And here's George for 3. The Heat with the lead. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trail. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And Miami making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Here's Smart. 6 points for him. Middleton outside. Back to Smart.
Stay here.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. A shot by Middleton. Wide open. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 4th assist in this one. Adebayo with a screen on Middleton. Robinson kicks to Ware. Middleton against Robinson. Has to Ware for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Smart. In the corner, it's Sarr. Misses the three. The Heat leading by 4. Here's Hero. Here's Adebayo. Outside for Robinson. The 3 ball. The shot comes out. And it's Smart with the ball for Washington. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Good on the triple.
And if you're trying to get the most out of Middleton offensively, put him in catch-and-shoot situations.
We've got 1:08 left here in the third quarter. They set the pick. There's Hero with the 3. Drills it from outside. Hero's got 6.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from beat if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake. And you know what? He had to clear some space for himself to get that rebound. Not an easy one there among the big boys.
Robinson for 3. And Sarr pulls it down. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. On the wing, George. Pass to Sarr. Back to George. In the corner, it's Coulibaly. Bangs home the trifecta. Coulibaly's got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
That's a 2 from Rozier. Hawkins left side. Here's Heisman, defended by George. Here's Heisman. Still scoreless. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Heat lead by 1. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Malcolm Brogdon, also Jordan Poole out there, and it's Champagnie in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Poole with no one around, and the 3 ball is good. Poole's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Wizards. Here's Highsmith. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Heat lead by 1. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Pass to Carrington. And the shot is good.
A primary responsibility of Brogdon's. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him.
Hero finds Anderson. Anderson with the screen for Hero. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And again, Miami with the triple.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Poole on the wing. He's covered by Hero. Poole on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tipper.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Nice move. Swiped it away. And here we go. Washington fast break. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Sinks the triple. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also, guys, they pushed the ball and been able to score in transition. Trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
Here's Anderson. Sweet move. And he sinks the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments. Assisted buckets, every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense. Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
They set the pick, and here's Brogdon from the arc. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Heat. Here's Larson to the right side. There's a screen by Robinson. Highsmith the pass to Robinson. Clock at 6. The rebound by Malcolm Brogdon. The Wizards with the lead. Pass to Kispert. Here's Carrington. Back to Kispert. Beyond the arc. And Smith grabs the miss. Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. So they take the lead. Heroes got 9 points here in the second half.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero call for the ball. Clutch.
Smart's checked in for the Wizards. Marcus Smart comes in for Poole. The Heat making a switch here. On defense, Miami. The lead is 2. Smart with the ball. Picked up by Hero. Here's Carrington. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Trains the three-pointer. Brogdon's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Washington.
And what an effort from Brogdon on the play, doing whatever it takes to find the basket they needed.
Pass to Highsmith. No good on the triple. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Kispert, the pass to Sarr. This one for 3. Kispert, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Robinson. 24 seconds left in the fourth. To the wing right side. 5 to shoot. Adebayo with a screen on Brogdon. Puts it up. Got it!
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Smart. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Cool.